migraines, let's talk about plushies. As you can see in my background, I quite enjoy their company.
Does she really enjoy our company? I really can't tell. Well, I mean, if we're being honest, she kind of shoved us in the background.
What you gotta expose me?
Today's video is something a little different but quite similar to the different kinds of crafts I'm used to doing, which is customization. Recently I've taken up customizing My Little Ponies and I absolutely love it. But for the first time ever, I'm going to be customizing plushies. Which brings me to the awesome announcement that today is a collaboration with Moriah Elizabeth. Moriah Elizabeth and I are friends. However, the last collab we did was over 2 years ago. For those of you who don't know Moriah, in case you're living under a rock, she has one of the funniest crafting channels out there.
Aw, who knew painful death could be so adorable? I'm not a psychopath.
I absolutely love her series of squishy makeovers, but I'm also a huge fan of thrift store makeover and when she recreates her squishies into real life edibles. Today we both decided that we were going to customize Squishmallow plushies. So after this video, 100% go on to Moriah's channel and let her know NerdECrafter sent you and give her much, much love. Subscribe while you're there. I'm really excited to work with Moriah Elizabeth again, so let's do some awesome customs. Oh, and equally, for those of you new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe because I have sharp, pointy things and I can wave them at you. Look at that. I can even summon a rainbow. It's like magic. Pretty cool, huh? Click all notifications while you're there. I'm really excited to see what Moriah does with her plushies, because we both have no idea what the other person's making. But today, I'll be customizing 3 of them. Squishmallows are pretty soft and they feel like egg-shaped type plushies and they're really adorable. But you know, on this channel, we don't do
Absolutely adorable and cutesy things all the time.
because here we love
Creatures of darkness.
I love the fact that the label where I got this plushie from says
Toys, toys, toys.
quite the endeavor. I can see that they're passionate about toys. I have to admit, since this is my first time, I am not just this much intimidated by starting a new craft, but I would say this much. Quite intimidated. But I feel like the best way to start is just to go ahead with it, so why you gotta do that to me? Stay. So I think I'm going to start with the one with the least modifications and then work my way to the most. So you guys,
Whee!
I'll see you later. We're starting with the unicorn. When it comes to this Squishmallow plushie, I think the cuteness of it is really adorable. So I'm going to stay with the same theme of cute and honor Moriah Elizabeth. We might even add sprinkles. The only thing that I find really random on this actual plushie is the fact that we have green, pink, and purple, even all the way in the back. But then we have this random blue embroidery. Why? There's blue absolutely nowhere else, so it really does stand out. And now that you see it, you can't unsee it.
Why do you have to call me out like this?
All right, let's do the doing. So since I said I am pretty intimidated with doing a plushie makeover or custom, I decided to tackle the easiest part of the entire piece, which is the horn. I'm using a metallic gold paint that is perfect for fabrics and it's really shiny. Shiny. Just to really get into those little nooks and crannies. Once I let that part mostly dry out, I went ahead and mixed the exact same colors for the fabric paint because this plushie is kind of, you know, flat.
Oh gee, thanks for the compliment.
You know what I mean, plushie. I decided to make her a little more 3D. Let's see if this method actually works or if I just wasted a good 40 minutes. Okay. Yep, that works. Let's keep going. I'm not a fan of the fact that the front has embroidery, but the back part doesn't have embroidery. So I will be doing a one kind of outline. Maybe I'll do different colors. We'll see where we get, just to make that tuft of hair and horn stand out a lot more. So far so good. Now, I know I wanted to make an outline for where the embroidery is, but I think I'm just going to cover them entirely with the frosting. Otherwise, I feel like an outline with fabric paint might actually be a little tacky. And for those of you who want to say,
But Jakey, the cream is
Stop it! No, 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 no. I want to be clear that this is supposed to be cream, so it's supposed to be lumpy, kind of like whipped cream. It's not frosting. Is there a difference? Actually, I'm not sure. Just think of this as pretty much the nice lumpy part of the cake that you know is going to taste very nice. It's not just the flat part. Let me know in the comment section below, what is your favorite dessert? I'm really curious. I absolutely love carrot cake. And then one of my worst nightmares happened. Yes, we have a paint stain on cloth. Unlike squishies, you can definitely cover it up, but when it comes to cloth, we have to clean it up. So I obsessively set out to try and clean it as much as possible. I did use rubbing alcohol, hopefully to try and melt the paint, because I didn't want to spread it with just water. You can't tell where it is anymore from far, but it's okay, no one will know. And now, oh yes, for the sprinkles. Of course, I'm not going to disgrace Moriah by putting the sprinkles willy-nilly. There's no randomness here. We're going to place each sprinkle as it should be with beautiful attention to detail. Now, there was no way I was going to keep this unicorn as a unicorn. I figured we should level it up to make it an alicorn. And according to Google, an alicorn is not just having a horn, but also wings. Mythology says that usually unicorns are not born with wings, however, they acquire the wings after completing a really cool mission. Now, I'm not the one who wrote this. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Just don't at me. And as you can see, I'm taking felt with 3 different colors, but these ones are exactly the same colors as what we've used so far. So the pink, green, and purple. And I debated which one I wanted to make the absolute biggest wing, and I figured it would make sense to go with the purple one. Since the entire plushie actually is purple, let's just make sure we're coherent. No, not coherent. Consistent. There you go. That's the other word I was looking for. I really needed the wings to stick in the back, so I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to use my art books to keep you smushed. I could have used the rubber band, but I didn't want to distort the felt. And here she is. I absolutely love the cream top with the sprinkles. It is definitely squishy and it has a nice hand feel to it. Let's not forget the tail that also got a somewhat creamy texture. And you can see it here as a before and after. Even though the changes aren't drastic, it definitely makes it a lot more personalized. When you turn things into more personalized items, I feel like they really do belong to you, because at first it was, you know, generic, anyone could have one, but now only you have one of these. But oh no, we are not stopping here. The second one we're making is not going to be sweet anymore. Come over here, little buddy. Come here, don't be shy.
Are you going to make me pretty too?
Excuse me? You said you want me to make you pretty? No. We are going to turn you
into a creature of darkness.
I don't know about you, Grains, but even though this Squishmallow is absolutely adorable, I mean, it's a goat, I feel like it's not really representing goats. Have you really looked at a goat's eyes? It's vertical. I mean, look at that. That's some scary eyes. But look at this. This one is just adorable. I'm gonna squish your little face. You have a cute little face, I'm gonna squish it. For this plushie makeover, I decided I'm going to go with a material I am very comfortable with, which is polymer clay. For those of you who don't know polymer clay, it's pretty much like Play-Doh, but when you bake it, it becomes permanent. Even though I'm used to working with polymer clay, this is the first time I work with super sculpey light. I feel like the difference in texture is this one is a lot more gooey and a little harder to get more detail. Oh, and of course it is the color white, which means it will grab everything that doesn't exist.
Ew.
Your hands are clean? Now they're dirty. Your desk is clean? Well, guess what? It was also dirty. Good thing we're actually going to be painting over this, so we don't have to worry about all the dust and grossness. For this first clay and plushie mixture, I'm really getting inspired by Remjie. This artist makes the most amazing clay and plushie combinations I have seen. Of course, we're not going to go into that much detail, but I'm definitely taking inspiration from it. If you want to see more of their creation, I will link them down below. But oh, we need to make some eyes. And for the eyes, I'm using resin. Resin is a liquid, when hardened, becomes like a glassy plastic. And since the base of this Squishmallow is a goat, I figured let's make it a real goat and give it the vertical eyes. Yep, we're going that route. The process to make your own eyes are very straightforward. You're going to use black acrylic paint, and then in order to make the background eyes a little more shiny, you can either use metallic paints, or iridescent nail polish, or ink. Make sure each layer is dry before you put the next one. And so in order to give the eyes a little bit more soul, I added some clay around it just to give it a little bit more shape. I know I wanted soul, but we also need a little bit of shape. For the horns, I just took some toothpicks, chopped them up, rolled a little carrot, and put them in there. Even though the Squishmallow itself does have horns, I don't think I'm going to keep them. So far, so good. And I figured, hey, might as well make it a creature that's sitting down, so I decided to make 2 little feet. They're very simple. I didn't want to add too much detail because the plushie itself doesn't have detail. So as you can see, we're getting somewhere, but now we need to put it in the oven and let it bake for about 30 minutes. You know what that means? We need to pray to the baking gods, because they're not nice, sometimes they're vengeful. Dear baking gods of Evermore, please protect my piece from cracks, burns, and fallen limbs. And also,
Stop breaking my stuff!
so as you can see, the baking gods, they don't like us. They don't like us today. And so I went ahead and glued the horn right back in. And since the base of the Squishable itself is white and black, I didn't want to deviate from these colors. So as I'm painting, I stuck to the same colors, and I didn't want the eyes to stick out too much either, so my yellow isn't that vibrant. That's why I used a lot of white to make it less vibrant. Is that the feeling of fake fur? Why, yes it is. The only thing left to do now is to glue the entire head and the little footsies to the body. Here it is. It's not my favorite. I think we can do better with the third one. Although this one does have its own charm. I've tried to keep the goat type feel, and that's where the fur kind of came in. So I think I really want a hybrid between what we did at the beginning, which was really playful, and then the serious one with a clay face. So we're going to be merging cute and monstrous. And then we're gonna get something cool. I know it's not done yet, but let me know which one of the 3 by the end is your favorite. And so our base for the last one will be this absolutely adorable Triceratops. Now that we have more colors going on, I think we can be a little more creative. Ow! Much like the previous one, we're going to be using the ultra light polymer clay. This clay is not really easy to use because it doesn't want to take detail. So keep that in mind as I'm doing this. So I feel like a combination of cute and monstrous kind of has to go into the direction of derpy. The best shape for this particular creature felt like it needed to be a little bit more 3D realm on its face. One of my favorite things about cute monstrous creatures are underbites with teeth, so that needed to be done. For the eyes, I'm going a bit of a different route. We are not doing alligator or goat type eyes. We need to go cute and derpy. So as you can see, I did the same process with the resin and acrylic paints, but we're doing a different design. I kid you not, while I'm working on this, I don't think the plushie likes what I'm doing. Hey there, little buddy. Why are you hiding? Don't be shy.
Come here and let me take a good look at you.
After putting in the eyes, I definitely needed to bulk up the face, so I added a little bit more shape right around the eyes and right in between. That way our character isn't just too flat. Who could forget that we need some spikes? I love adding horns and spikes to characters because it really gives them a lot more personality. We're also going to be giving him Dobby ears, and I figured, heck, let's just keep going with detail because the other one barely had any. So I added tiny little scale-like little balls of little clay, a little bit of here and there. Just as I was about ready to bake, I was like, wait a minute, maybe we should also do some feet, but not just feet. I figured let's try tiny hands, because I mean it's supposed to be an alligator, but it has a T-Rex type of feel, so tiny hands are definitely cute. Now that we're ready to bake it, you know what time it is. Time to pray to the baking gods. Dear baking gods of Evermore.
Stop breaking my stuff!
And so the baking gods have blessed us with one piece. So unlike the second one where I used acrylic paints, I decided to take out the big girls. my airbrush. One of the things that I absolutely adore about airbrushing is that it gives each piece a little bit more life. It's not just a flat color. I did my best to match the plushie color, that is the Triceratops, but I figured I could also use some of the airbrushing on the actual fabric. I don't know if I'm gonna do it all the way, maybe just a little bit, but we'll see where this goes for now. My priority was really to bring that face to life. And of course we can't forget the teeth. And the most satisfying part is removing the tape from the eyes. I did scratch off whatever was actually stuck to the glass eye with just a little needle tool, and it was really easy to remove. The process to stick it on the plushie was exactly the same as the previous, so I'm not going to bore you. And here she is, all done. I will conveniently name her Linda. Don't ask why, that's her name, for convenience sake. I absolutely love the color theme, but as you can see in the before and after, I did have to place something underneath so that it can sit down. Otherwise, it just wants to flop to the front. Don't forget to check out Moriah Elizabeth's video. I will leave it in the iCard section and as well as in the description box and pinned comment. And make sure you let her know NerdECrafter sent you. I can't wait to see what Moriah made. And if you're still here, let me know which one of the three is your favorite. Is it our Pegasus dessert unicorn? Our goat from the underworld? Or is it Linda? I don't even know why I called her Linda. Remember, if you want to watch Moriah's video, check up here. And if you want to watch My Little Pony customization, check it out down here. Until then, I will see you grains in the next video.